Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Network People Services Technologies Limited 2Q FY26 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participants' line will be in listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Harshil Ganchani. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
On behalf of Kiran Advisors, I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone for joining the conference call of NPSP Limited Q2 FY26 conference call. We are pleased to have with us today the esteemed senior management team, Mr. Deepak Chand Thakur, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Ashish Agarwal, Joint Managing Director, and Ms. Savita Vashi, Executive Director. The call is scheduled for 40 to 50 minutes. To ensure that everyone has the opportunity to participate, we kindly request that each participant limit their questions to two. Hence, this will help the management address as many as possible within the time frame. If we are unable to address any questions during the call, please feel free to reach out us at research@kiranadvisors.com. We'll be happy to coordinate with the management team and arrange further discussions. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. We look forward to an engaging and productive call. Now, I hand over the call to Mr. Deepak Chand Thakur. Over to you, sir.
Hey, Harshal, thank you so much for the introduction. And a very good evening, everyone. We really look forward for this connect with our shareholders every quarter. While we are on a mission to be a leading paytech coming out of India, your support will definitely take us through this journey. We are sure about that. In fact, as we know, Warren Buffett has stopped writing the annual letter. We live by his point very clearly that someone sitting in the shade today is because someone has planted a tree long time ago. Trust me, we would like to replicate that in India's paytech segment. We have been through a deep learning curve since last 4 quarters, and it was all your confidence that stayed with us to pick up the numbers we have today. I will touch base on some of the key business updates and our plan here onwards. Well, about the numbers, our quarterly revenue has increased to 48.61 crore, which is about 39% jump quarter on quarter over 35 crore last quarter, from Q1. And at the same time, our EBITDA stood about 15.71 crore, which is again a 40% jump over the last quarter. Our net profit rose about 38%, which is almost 10 crore in absolute number, compared to 7 crore in the previous quarter. Again, maintaining a healthy profitability of about 20.4% over the total income. After a revenue impact last year, we committed to de-risk and diversify the business. And in a breakneck speed, we picked up from there, arrived really heavy within last 4 quarters. I would like to thank my colleagues and everyone in NPST who made sure we are building upward trend thereon. Just to reiterate about our business, we added multiple revenue sources in TSP. Payment solutions to banks, fintechs, and corporates, leveraged our software capability on implementation and bidding for key projects including Africa, which was based on open banking platform. Launched multiple new products including Banking Connect. Now that's about the interoperability between net banking and mobile banking, which was envisaged about 1.5 years ago by RBI. We were in fact one of the first TSP to bring up this solution in market. Then we saw that there is a need for SaaS-based revenue in the TSP business, and that is where we launched Bank in a Box. We declared about this last quarter, and we have it now. That's Bank in a Box is more about whatever we have built for the banking ecosystem. How do we create a sachet and take it to small to mid-sized banks so that it opens up the opportunities around 2,000 banks across India? Now, Coins platform, which is an offline payment solution, which we bet about 1.5 years back, we got multiple orders there, and that's where the overall TSP business is seeing a lot of SaaS traction coming up on device as a service model. Along with this, all you know is, our core solutions, including UPI, banking super app, IMPS, PBPS, and there are some heavy investments we are doing around, large-scale products, including how do we, take open banking to the global market. We got new accounts in UPI acquiring for small banks, PBPS, voice-based payments, that's the new venture, payment solution for payment gateway and payment devices for public sector bank. We have also added one more sponsor bank for our payment platform business that will further de-risk our Revoke business. In payment platform, we are on a mission to re-engineer the entire Revoke platform. Our intention is to launch version 4.0 by end or the early next quarter, majorly to address some of the key industry challenges which we identified in last couple of quarters around early settlement, around the incremental pressure bank has for the CASA growth, and the high success rate for the payment aggregators. We are also focused on launching interoperability in payment platform for payout on autopay. This will increase our traction and the target audience. RegTech, which I spoke about in Q4 last year, is no more a product for us, but in fact the entire vertical which we believe will be a big thing in next 4 quarters. We plan to take it to multiple segments here onwards. Earlier we were looking just at the acquiring space, but now can we take it to beyond merchants? Can we take it to more markets, more segments, where that's mainly because our accuracy rate now in our RegTech is about 90%, in fact more than that, for the fraud prediction. Next 2 to 3 quarters, we'll be spending efforts in establishing the brand and expanding our reach in this segment. There has been a tremendous effort, with all of that, there has been tremendous effort in scaling the funnel, which we believe will take us to highest ever performance soon. And we believe that what we targeted for the revenue growth in Q3 is doable. We believe that the incremental impact will be carried in multiple quarters thereon that will lead to sustained growth trajectory for the company. We are keen to invest into AI in all our delivery efforts, move our efficiency to industry best practice. Our intention here is to be more productive and performance driven in terms of tech delivery and reduce the GTM for future solution in market. I know it's a long way, but these steps will create competitive advantage for NPST and reduce the resource dependency for critical growth opportunity. While the transition may take 3 to 4 quarters, but we believe it is the right time to invest and build strong delivery fundamentals. About international, we continue to scout for new opportunities in international market. We are looking forward to another big break similar to the Africa which we had. We intend to carve out a new team and invest in this direction, in fact. Only then we can pick up great business here. Since we now have experience and expertise to replicate, while the journey is slow, but it will increase the opportunity, build better margin, and increase our product portfolio along with the revenue growth. In terms of the next focus for FY26, because we have 2 more quarters, our focus is going to be completely on increasing revenue stream in payment platform, winning new accounts and executing business in TSP, generate SaaS-based revenue for RegTech and Bank in a Box, and increase merchant presence through new product which we launched in H1. Well, my team has put all the efforts to put these details in presentation and floated for everyone's consumption. I hope you have got that. Beyond that, if you still have queries, I'm here. My team is here. We can definitely take it from here. Harshal, over to you.
Yes, we are. The floor is now open to the question and answer session.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Agrim Kanungo from AK Investment. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Congratulations on a good set of numbers. Am I audible?
Thanks.
Yeah. Sir, my question is, what is the revenue projection for the Q3 and
Your
Q4, and which
one
segment would
second.
be get? Yeah.
One second. Your voice is cracking. Am I audible, Harshal?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Is it better?
Just try saying that again.
Sir, is this one better?
Yeah, just try saying.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah. So, what is the revenue projection for the next 2 quarters, and what do you think which segment will be driving it, like moving ahead?
Uh, I don't think I can give projections here, but there is an incremental growth for sure coming up. There is no doubt about it. And whatever we committed over last few quarters, I think all the investors have stayed that we are definitely doing it. What can drive us is for sure the incremental product portfolio that we have added in TSP. That's
Yeah.
really picking up SaaS-based revenue around devices, around the payment portfolio that is picking up. And we see that our Evoke is also contributing in the coming quarters. That is also a really big contribution coming up. There are
Okay.
some new payments, new revenue stream which we have added, which will start kicking from Q4. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, those are the areas that we'll be focused on. Some of the accounts that we are focused on right now in the domestic and not very, I wouldn't like to call it right away, but yes, our focus is also there in the global side.
And one final question is about the margins. Do we expect it to improve with the product diversification that's happening? Is there any recent product or any services which has a higher potential for increased margins for us?
So we had a very high margin when the Evoke was peaking. And
Yeah.
as and when it goes up, for sure, the margin will multiply.
Okay. Thank you. I'll follow back in the queue.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Gaurav Didwania from Code Advisors. Please go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you for taking my question. Congratulations, Deepak, on the great set of numbers. We'd also met earlier this year, and I'd mentioned that sometime it will take for numbers to get better. I just have a question. Can you give us a split on the different divisions in terms of TSP, PPAS, RegTech? What's the split of revenue that's there in each segment?
See, RegTech, we have just carved out, and we believe, like I clearly said, that another 2 to 3 quarters, for sure, we want to focus on it. More than revenue, we should see the value creation that RegTech is going to bring in. So RegTech, let's not count that in the revenue today.
Okay.
We have a split on the TSP and PPAS. I think the split around TSP would be around 80-85% odd, and the PPAS would be around 15% odd.
Perfect. And earlier you would also quote the numbers that you've done on the TSP side. Are you quoting those numbers again? I think
No,
10,000
I'm not quoting
crores.
that number now. No.
Okay.
I'm not quoting that number now because the revenue stream is not absolute to the quoted number. Our revenue
Okay.
stream is multiplying, so that will be very difficult for someone to calculate right now. So let's not speculate that.
Got it. And so last September, the numbers were close to 66 crores. That's when the revenue had peaked. What time do you see us reaching those levels again? It's going to take a couple of more quarters, or do you have some expectation in mind?
So I think that's what I've already addressed. But I think in Q1 call, I picked up that point very clearly that looking at the funnel that we have, we believe that Q3 is where we will be hitting it. And like I said right now also, we are working on that direction already, and we see it doable.
Perfect. I think that's it from my side. Thank you for taking my questions.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sayukt Gupta from S6 Charity. Please go ahead.
Hi, Deepak. I think it is Sajal Gupta, not Sayukt Gupta. Uh,
Hi, Sajal.
Congratulations for a great, comeback in Q2 for the results.
Thanks.
Excellent. So I see there's a huge potential in, transaction increase, the SaaS-based business. I just wanted to understand the sustainability of this business. How do you see this part of the business, picking up now? Because this was at one point of time, 80% of our business. So how do you see this business doing and the sustainability of the part of it?
Thanks for that question, Sajal. If you see the presentation we have shared, we have clearly shown the growth potential the market has right now. And we have clearly given the contribution of UPI over the entire digital payment segment in the country. That's more than 90%, in fact. So there is no way that, the volume will go down or there is any impact around it. We have built the entire payment platform with UPI at the center. Now, what we are trying to solve problem here is not just the scale, but also adding more value to banks in the CASA business, and at the same time solve certain industry problem where there is a revenue potential, including early settlement, including the high success rate, including the interoperability. So all of these brought together, there's a huge potential that we see coming up. I mean, the volumes here are in thousands of crores when it comes to, solving these problems. Moreover, the entire segment is now well regulated, well structured. The regulator has brought in tremendous efforts to, bring the entire pieces together in the last 4 to 5 years. And I believe that will be a great advantage for the product that we have right now. So yes, it has a lot of potential. New revenue stream getting added, volumes are multiplying, and at the growth stage that we are right now, trust me, we will be growing. In fact, our growth rate will definitely be the multiplier of the entire industry growth rate. So that's what I would like to say.
Okay, wonderful. Deepak, the second question which I have in my mind is that, we have a time pay which is up and running right now, and we are not talking anything about it. Can you throw some light on this business? And like how many people have onboarded on this? And are we doing any burn on this part of the business, if any?
So,
talk about this.
Great. I mean, I got this question last year also. In fact, Sajal, for time pay, we have more than 1 million customer base right now. We are not burning. That's not the model on which we believe. Our intention to touch base on time pay was to be on the merchant side of the business. I mean, how do we solve the problem around the merchant? Because that's where the revenue generation is. So there are certain great products that we are launching here. One is about PPI, where there is a great MDR coming up. Then we have B2B merchant product, which we launched. We are the first B2B merchant app in the country. We launched it under NBBL, which is again an NPCI body. So these are the cases which help us drive the opportunity in time pay. So these are the areas where we are focused on, and the incremental number around the user base is a byproduct of these kinds of initiatives. So that will definitely open up gates and revenue opportunities slowly. I mean, that's where we believe.
Wonderful. You're saying 1 million customers is already on board right now?
Yes.
And that is without any burn which you are doing as part of the business?
Yes.
Wonderful. I think that's all from my side. Thank you, Deepak, and all the best for the future. And
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Harish Kumar Gupta from Nirmal Bang Securities Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, Deepak sir. Congratulations on good results.
अपनी लास्ट टाइम भी बात हुई थी तो आपने बोला था कि थर्ड क्वार्टर में आप क्रॉस कर लेंगे जो अपना हाई रेवेन्यू था, एंड आई थिंक यू सीम्स टू बी ऑन ट्रैक ऑन दैट। पर मैं थोड़ा सा स्लाइटली लॉन्गर टर्म व्यू जानना चाहूंगा कि जैसे अभी क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर ग्रोथ अपनी 40-50% चल रही है, एंड आई एम श्योर दैट इट कैन नॉट गो फॉर लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन, बट स्टिल आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि अपन ये इस तरह की ग्रोथ साल 2 साल कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं, या ये भी शॉर्ट ऑफ पेंटअप डिमांड है कि मतलब जो वैक्यूम क्रिएट हुआ था अपनी बिजनेस लूज होने की वजह से केवल उसको ही रिकवर कर रहे हैं, या मतलब ये जो ग्रोथ है क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर जो पिछले 2 क्वार्टर से चल रही है, इट कैन बी सस्टेन्ड फॉर एटलीस्ट 4-5 क्वार्टर्स और समथिंग लाइक दैट।
ग्रेट क्वेश्चन। हरीश जी ना, करेक्ट, सॉरी।
हाँ, यस यस सर।
हाँ, तो हरीश जी थैंक यू सो मच, ये बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है। देखिए क्या है ना कि पिछले 4 क्वार्टर में हमारा, अगर 4 क्वार्टर के पहले आप देखोगे तो हमने बहुत ऑनेस्टली लोगों को बताया कि देयर वाज unidentified, और आई वुड से सम इम्पैक्ट विच हैज, जहाँ पे हमारे बिजनेस में चैलेंज आया था, जो हमने पिछले 4 क्वार्टर में बैक टू बैक नए प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च, नए इनोवेशन और नए अकाउंट्स, नए ज्योग्राफीज, उन सब में बैक टू बैक फोकस करके वो इंक्रीज हमारा बिजनेस हमने इंक्रीज किया है। सो वॉट एवर ग्रोथ यू हैव सीन, वो ग्रोथ हमने आज टीएसपी सेगमेंट में वो बढ़िया ट्रैक्शन क्रिएट कर दिया है। तो ये जो हमारा ग्रोथ था, जो आप वैक्यूम बोल रहे हो, वो वाला आज भी 15-10% ही है। वो वाला अगर वो वाली जर्नी पिक करना चालू करने की बात करें तो उसके हिसाब से वो अभी वैक्यूम को फिल करना बाकी है। सो उस हिसाब से अगर हम देखें तो ये सब नए अपॉर्चुनिटी, सॉरी आई मिक्स अ वर्ड, बट these are all new opportunities where we are trying to look at new products like BBPS. We were not there, we brought in BBPS. Bank in a Connect to focus on 2000 banks where we did not have traction at all. So that was the traction we built in. फिर इस तरीके से बैंकिंग कनेक्ट और नेट बैंकिंग, मोबाइल बैंकिंग, इंटरऑपरेबिलिटी वाला जो गैप है मार्केट में, वो कम्प्लीटली नया गैप है। आज हार्डली 10-11 बैंक उसमें पायलट स्टेज में पहुंच रहे हैं। पूरा बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री बाकी है उसमें। सो इसके अलावा और जो भी हम टच कर रहे हैं, दीज आर ऑल द विजन एंड द पुश विच द पेमेंट एंड द डिजिटल बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री हैज राइट नाउ इन इंडिया। तो हम उसमें हमने ग्रोथ अचीव किया है। ये जो अभी इससे पहले किसी सज्जन जी ने जो क्वेश्चन किया था मुझे अराउंड ईवो प्लेटफॉर्म वगैरह, वो वाला ट्रैक्शन अभी जैसे जैसे बिल्ड होगा उसका रेवेन्यू क्रिएशन और पुश करेगा। तो मुझे लगता है कि अगले 2-3 साल तक कंपनी के पास काफी एफर्ट्स है, काफी लंबी जर्नी है और ये ग्रोथ होता रहेगा।
ओके ओके, मैं आपकी मतलब इसमें एनपीएसटी में काफी टाइम से इन्वेस्टेड हूँ। मैं ऑलमोस्ट एवरी कॉल को मैं अटेंड कर रहा हूँ, बट फ्रेंकली स्पीकिंग मैं आपके बिजनेस को एकदम से समझ नहीं पाया हूँ। बट सुन के लगता है कि कुछ तो एक्साइटिंग है, और तो मैं ये समझना चाहना।
प्रेजेंटेशन भेजा है पब्लिक में, आप उसे देख लीजिए। अगर आपको फिर भी दिक्कत आ रही है, आप करियर एडवाइजर को रीच कीजिए, विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू अंडरस्टैंड बिजनेस बेटर। कोशिश करिए।
ठीक है। और इसमें मतलब जैसे नए नए प्रोडक्ट्स आप ला रहे हैं, तो मार्केट साइज हम क्या, क्योंकि अब जैसे यूपीआई का एडॉप्शन इतनी लार्ज स्केल पे हो गया कि अब उसकी ग्रोथ रेट तो स्टेगनेंट हो जाएगी। ठीक है, तो जैसा कि शुरू में अपन ये प्रोजेक्ट किया करते थे कि भाई यूपीआई की ग्रोथ रेट तो अपने को मिलेगी सही, इन प्लस इन एडिशन टू दूसरे अपने प्रोडक्ट से ग्रोथ रेट आएगी। तो वो यूपीआई की ग्रोथ रेट तो टेम्पर डाउन हो रही है, तो अपने पास क्या इनफ प्रोडक्ट्स या विजिबिलिटी है कि हम इस तरह की ग्रोथ को मे बी 5 years तक हम कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं? नॉट 40% क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर, बट एटलीस्ट डबल ईयर ऑन ईयर, मतलब अगले 5 साल तक पॉसिबल है।
सर वो इसीलिए हमने वो क्लैरिटी देने के लिए इन्वेस्टर्स को वी हैव पब्लिश्ड अ रिपोर्ट। द रिपोर्ट इज वेरी क्लियर वेयर द एनालिसिस इज फ्रॉम आरबीआई, पीडब्ल्यूसी, जो इंडस्ट्री एनालिसिस है उसके हिसाब से टुडे द यूपीआई इज एट 20 billion per month एंड इट विल गो टू 60 billion almost 300% growth in next 4 years. तो this is not going to taper down. उसका रीजन ये है कि आज आप सिर्फ अकाउंट बेस्ड ट्रांजेक्शन कर रहे हो, कल आप यूपीआई में क्रेडिट कार्ड बेस्ड ट्रांजेक्शन करोगे, उसमें एमडीआर आएगा. उसके बाद आप क्रेडिट लाइन बेस्ड ट्रांजेक्शन करोगे, उसमें एमडीआर आएगा. उसके बाद आपका यूपीआई ग्लोबल ऐड होगा, क्रॉस बॉर्डर ट्रांजेक्शन ऐड होंगे. तो ये मतलब अगर आप रोड मैप देखो, आरबीआई का विजन डॉक्यूमेंट और ये सब अगर आप पिक करो, तो ये ग्रोथ टेपर नहीं होने वाली है अगले 3-4 साल तक. बहुत सारे अभी यूजर बेस, यस एब्सोल्युटली राइट, यूजर बेस अराउंड अर्बन इंडिया एंड सेमी अर्बन इंडिया हैज बीन वेल कैप्चर्ड, बट टेकिंग दिस टू सेमी अर्बन एंड रूरल इंडिया, इसीलिए हमने वॉइस बेस्ड पेमेंट में फोकस किया. तो वो फीचर फोन वाला सेगमेंट अभी भी बाकी है, और इसके ऊपर जो प्रोडक्ट लॉन्चेस होने हैं वो अभी भी बाकी है. जो आज ऑटो पे हम कह रहे हैं, नैश वगैरह जो मैंडेट वगैरह है, वो यूपीआई में ट्रैक्शन पिक करना वो भी बाकी है. तो बहुत अभी जर्नी लंबी है, इट्स नॉट शॉर्ट, इट विल टेक टाइम.
Okay. Thanks for clarification. One last question. ये अपने जो इंटरनेशनल अपन ने थोड़ा स्टार्ट कर दिया है, तो हाउ बिग दिस इंटरनेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटी यू सी इट, लाइक इट इज इन मल्टीपल ऑफ इंडियाज अपॉर्चुनिटी और स्मॉल स्केल?
सर, टिकट revenue per ticket is definitely much larger than India. इसमें margins अच्छे होते हैं. दूसरा, the contract size is also larger because there the size of one state or one city in India is as big as the country itself. तो वहाँ पर जो potential investments और product का demand होता है वो काफी बड़े स्केल पे होता है, considering the problem that they want to solve. So मेरे पास exact figures आज मैं दे नहीं पाऊंगा because we have also ventured new. But for sure, the initial traction and whatever we have got as a feedback, the size of the contract and the revenue per ticket, ये काफी बड़ा है वहाँ पर, क्योंकि वहाँ paying ability to pay, और I would say that the जो यूजर का पे करने का जो पोटेंशियल होता है वो काफी अच्छा होता है वर्सेस इंडिया, जहाँ लोगों को पे करने में थोड़ी दिक्कत होती है.
ओके, थैंक यू.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Niral Gangar from Neve Financial Services LLP. Please go ahead.
Hello. Congratulations on great set of numbers. And I would congratulate also that you achieved what you promised. So that is very good because what you have said is done. Okay.
Thank you so much.
On the new products, I wanted to understand a little what are those products. If I have missed, maybe at the start you would have said. That is one question. And second is I wanted to understand our receivable cycle, because what I am seeing is 115 days close to receivables of sales outstanding. So I don't understand why is it so high in a service industry.
So when it comes to product, I think I'll shorten it down because I think I have already explained this a couple of times. So product mein there is Banking Connect, which is about bringing interoperability in net and mobile banking. And all the products that we have, UPI, IMPS, Super App, DVPS, all of that, we are creating a hosted ecosystem. We have created, in fact, and we have deployed that in our environment, and we are giving it as bank in a box. That means a short plug and play, fast DTM, low cost model for mid to small size bank. So these are major. And when it comes to payment platform, December end to early January is where we'll be launching a new version altogether, where we are solving problems around early settlement and we are solving problems around interoperability in auto pay and payout. So this will open up gates for multiple new target audience. So that's, in summary, that's the product, but there is more to it. But I'll touch base on the second question straight away. 4 quarters, our shift from payment platform to TSP is completely, is completely de-risking and diversifying our business. That is what we have done. So what has happened by the nature of the business and the billing cycles that we have, we see that, our cycle is lengthier compared to what we initially had in payment platform. There the cycle was, literally running in, within months. Now this is somewhere like 60 to 90 days odd. So that will settle down as and when we grow, as and when we, have more and more multiplier to it.
Okay.
The key
Great.
differences last year or this year.
Great. Thanks. That was my question.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Anand Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking my question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, tell.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of questions. First one is, when the MDRs kick in, right, to say it in the credit card or in the credit line, this will be margin accretive or they will be margin dilutive?
Can you repeat that? When MDR?
When the MDRs kick in for the credit card and the credit line business, will they help our margins further grow or will they contract our margins?
No, it will increase the margin, because right now we do not have the line of revenue coming in from credit card on UPI or credit line on UPI.
Yeah.
As and when the traction increases, right now the credit card on UPI, if you go to a merchant today and you transact on your credit card on UPI scan and pay, then there is an MDR which gets generated. Now that will multiply as and when the customers using credit card over UPI will multiply. So that revenue is not accounted yet. I mean, that growth will ultimately give a growth to the merchant revenue, which will add up to the interchange income of our customers. So that will obviously kick in. Same way, credit line is long term. It will still take time. The question, I don't remember, I guess Harishji, from him was majorly around the UPI going down next 3 to 5 years, what are the potential? So credit line is again a great long-term potential, wherein lending-based impact in the ecosystem will kick in, and that will generate a lot of revenue. Of course, MDR is one of that.
Okay. So summary, Deepak, what you're saying is that once these two products kick in, right, like that is revenues for sure will go up, but they'll also be more margin accretive as well.
Absolutely. Lucrative margin, incremental revenue.
Okay. The second question, I believe, which is completely on Deepak's side, on the opposite side, is on this foreign side, this Africa business and this Dubai business. Will the revenue, when once they start, will it be in the PSP side or will it be in the PPAS side?
So the Africa entry was the TSP side, but it's more of SaaS-based revenue, where after implementation, we get fixed set of revenue every month. So, Dubai, we have just opened the operation and we are participating in a lot of inquiries right now. We're trying to see how quickly we can close some of the accounts, but I hope what we have done in Africa is what we'll try to do in UAE or the Southeast Asia market.
Mm-hmm. So the summary, Deepak, you're saying is mostly the TSP, but in the SaaS mode.
Yeah, TSP, but it's a hybrid one where we get paid for the delivery implementation, and then there is a monthly revenue coming in.
Mm-hmm. And purely from the number of banks perspective, right? Like because we don't have that much exposure to the Africa business, will they be similar to the Indian number of banks, or they are like half, 1/4?
No. So honestly, the territory that we operate in, you have 10 to 20. That's the number of usual banks, and then like we have cooperative segments here in India, cooperative bank segment. You have very small accounts there, like the size of credit societies that we have in India is the size of cooperative banks that they have. So yeah, that's the major, because there again, it's a concentration of business amongst, top 10, top 20 odd banks. And that is what you'll see in India account also. The huge concentration around PSU private sector banks. So you can consider that mix for any global market.
Okay. Okay. And I'm just trying to sneak one more question if the operator allows. Yes, so I think it's follow on to one of the other gentlemen asked. Outstanding growth, right? Like 40%, 50% quarter-on-quarter is absolutely like in the dreams also is not possible. But if you have to draw like a 5-year vision, what would you draw for yourself with that?
I mean, honestly, there is so much potential left in it, but it's more of the combined effort of my team and everyone put together because we see huge potential across the segment. And that was the reason why we wanted to educate our shareholders very clearly. We broke our entire target segment. We gave the clarity on the potential industry growth, the CAGR growth for next 4 years, the absolute growth for next 4 years in each segment. So if we intend to capture that area, for sure, this kind of number is not impossible, but the kind of re-engineering, reinvention, rethinking, and the effort required by the organization will be humongous. So all that put together is where, numbers should be there. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Deepak, for taking all the questions, and we really good luck for the future. And we really want to tag along with you for the foreseeable future.
Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Abhishek Sharma, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks, Abhishek.
So the first question is the NPSP has chosen all three engines like TSP, PPaaS, and RegTech. So which vertical is expected to drive the highest incremental revenue over the next upcoming 10 to 18 months?
I think which vertical is expected?
I mean, which vertical is expected to drive the incremental revenue over the next 12 to 18 months?
I would say at top will be TSP and TPaaS because that's more mature. TSP for sure is definitely there. TPaaS will again be an absolute multiplier. And then RegTech, I think maybe 6 months later we'll have to really look at how it is shaping up the market. But if you ask me 12 to 24 or maybe 18 months later, then for sure the maturity curves for PPaaS and the RegTech will definitely be much better contributor.
Okay. And my second question is, how is company balancing its growth between SaaS-based recurring revenue and implementation-led revenue?
That's to focus on that balance. If you see the business update slide that we are giving, on one side we are calling out the areas of investment where we are focusing on SaaS-based revenue even in TSP, and on the other hand we are also talking about launching the new initiatives which will add more revenue to PPaaS. That's majorly to focus and increase the share around SaaS. I would say we have enough business around TSP, and SaaS is where we are also focusing right now. That's why all the products brought into a single box and then seeing how we can monthly generate revenue out of it. At the same time, pay-per-use model for all our products, right from RegTech to PPaaS to even Bank in a Box or to any new launch that we are doing right now, even voice payment that we launched. All of them are built on pay-per-use or monthly model. So I think it will take some time to bring a fair sum of balance, but that's the effort that we have already poured in. Maybe a couple of quarters.
Okay, great. And how is our company's upcoming RBI and PCI compliance changes for especially around data localization and digital lending guidelines?
We are not in lending. Neither we have a product around that right now. If it is UPI led, that's where we are focused. when it comes to data localization and all, I think if you are referring to regulated entities, we are not the regulated entities.
Okay.
However, being a TSP and being core to my customers who are all regulated entities, all our systems are rightly driven as per the RBI compliances. So that's never a challenge. We have our internal risk committee, we have our audit committee, we have a CISO in the organization, and then all our products are compliant as per the banking guidelines. Without that, we can. In fact, that's the fundamental basics. Without that, we cannot even sell the product in the market.
Okay. Right. Okay, fine. That's it from my side for now. Thank you for answering. I'll get back into the queue, right?
Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Srinivasu K from TIA. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. My question is, recently, one of your competitor, like Paytm, introduced AI-based soundbox with analytics to help the merchants. So are we also thinking about this kind of AI-based intelligence in our Prince product?
Yeah. So we actually wanted to solve the problem around the fraud analytics, which we have been able to brought in very well in the RegTech segment. That we have already done. When it comes to Soundbox business, the model in which Paytm operates is they will be investing their own money to deploy Soundboxes across, merchants and generating revenue out of it. Our model is purely based on providing our device as a service platform and devices to our customers. They deploy it and they pay us. So it purely depends on the demand which will keep multiplying over it. So if Paytm has taken that step, it's great for the market because it will start calling out for the innovation and it will start calling out for such kind of requirement in our products as well. So as and when the demand starts pouring in, as and when our customers start requesting for it, our innovation lab will definitely add to it and give it to the customer. But it's way too early right now. Right now it's all about looking at the size of the market each of these accounts have, like right from central bank, IOB, all these customers, and then deploying the Soundbox. And then the next level will be scaling it to the new designs like AI that you mentioned.
Okay. So then what was the initial, in your initial remarks, you talked about you're working on AI?
RegTech.
I see. Okay. Then another question.
AI for our internal efficiency is what I mentioned, so that we can increase organizations' productivity and faster GTM when it comes to deliveries and scaling the organization's competitive advantage. That is internal to us. Second is obviously when it comes to product or the market, RegTech is where we are focused on, which is about fraud prevention.
Okay. So just to follow up on that, there is a lot of buzz in recent GFF that there is a conversational commerce within apps like ChatGPT. So if discovery and checkout happens inside this ChatGPT agent, then banks and merchant acquirers will also want this agent-ready APIs, right? So what is your plan? Are you thinking in this direction also, or is it too early?
That will be like another. So assume that you are currently transacting on Amazon or Flipkart. Tomorrow you have ChatGPT with you and you're transacting on ChatGPT. So that's the new platform that will get created. However, the payment requirement of a merchant still remains. So for us, I believe that it's more about the merchant ecosystem where we exist. Secondly, payment links, payment being derived over ERP. These are the areas where we have already invested. So we are already stepping into those directions. like, payment over WhatsApp, payment over SMS, payment over voice, IVR. So these are the areas which we have already caught. Payment over ERP. So these are all additional efforts that we are pouring in, and that's why I said that we are re-engineering and we are bringing absolutely new product to the market by maybe, early next quarter.
Okay. Thank you and best of luck.
Sure.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ashish Soni from Family Office. Please go ahead.
How much of impact you had because of the gaming ban on your UPI transaction revenue, sort of?
We had zero merchant on gaming, what do you call it? Gaming NCC. We did not have any. And I believe the impact will be more on the payment aggregators than us. We did not have anyone right now from any of the payment aggregators on our platform. I think that clarity we have very clearly given on the share market. I mean, to the NSE, we uploaded that.
Okay.
I believe there may be an industry-wide impact where there can be a sense around it. But when it comes to very specific, I would say no.
Okay. And you're using AI internally, so how much of cost optimization or profit improvement it can give to the company in next 2-3 years?
Our goal is to, optimize by about at least 40% when we began about, 2 quarters back. I mean, we're thinking about it when we built it. But I believe our calculation may be misjudged. When it comes to 2 to 3 years, it will be much larger than the 40% goal that we have. But that's the lowest that I think we should consider.
So in terms of percentage points of the margin, how much can it boost up the margins in 2-3 years?
Due to AI?
Yes. Internally, we're using AI, right? Employee cost will come down.
So more than that, we should see that the employee. So it has two impact. One is today, if I'm doing some delivery to my customers with 100 man days, and I have a revenue coming in for 100 man days. Now my competitor may end up doing it in about 50 man days, and if I'm still sitting at 100 man days, then I have lost the competitive edge. So I believe that, it cannot be an absolute figure. We need to understand that when the entire ecosystem moves towards AI-based development, then the efficiencies across the industry. So I believe that the efficiency will definitely be there, but it will be not so high. In fact, what it will happen is your delivery per person will multiply. That is definitely going to happen. And your revenue, when it comes to, for a particular change request, that may go down. So you end up picking more business. So if my competitor is doing it for 50 man days, my job is to bring it to 40 man days from 100 man days. So that's one area that we need to look at immediately. So improving cost efficiency will not directly add to the margin. But yes, I would say that margin will definitely improve because of AI.
Okay. One last question. Government is thinking of merging the public sector banks, few of them together. So will that give a flip up to whatever the base business initially you had in future?
Honestly, I've also read in the articles, and I'm also reading more about it as and when I go to my customers. But I have not got much insight into it. Consolidation will definitely help the entire banking fraternity, or I would say that, the banking pillars that we have in the country. At the same time, the incremental demand for digital products, that will be very high. I mean, although there will be consolidation, but you cannot expect that one single vendor will have an ability to manage 20% of country's entire population on a digital platform. So there, you need to have a very different method altogether. RBI talks about, de-risking your entire technology stack, that your entire business, bringing in redundancy. So I would say that it's way too early for us to comment, but that's the situation right now, wherein the incremental digital demand will pump up for this banking segment.
Okay, sir. Thanks and all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shilpa Nayak from Aarti Finance. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. So my first question is, NPST recently won an order from a large PSU bank with 3,300 plus branches. So what portion of this is expected to be recognized as revenue in FY26?
Well, this is about the Queen's platform, where we are selling our product on a device as a service model. I would say that we have just got it. The execution will take this quarter very well, and the incremental scale will come in the next financial year. This financial year, we will be able to, move maybe 10, 15% of the total order, not much. So I think we should look at the next financial year.
Okay. So my second question will be, what is the average implementation cycle for Banking Connect and Bank in a Box?
Bank in a Box is targeted to be less than 30 days, 30 to, or maybe even lesser than that. Banking Connect, depending on if at all it is Bank in a Box. So anything that we bring in Bank in a Box, our intention is to be 30 to 45 days flat for these products. So Banking Connect, if launched in Bank in a Box, it will be 30 to 45 days. When it comes to large banks, it can take about 90 to 120 days.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all from my side. Thank you for questioning that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next question is from the line of Pratik Chaudhary from Samartha Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, more on a slightly longer term potential for our TimePay app. You had briefly mentioned on MDR potentially being introduced for PPI. So, just want to understand what is the current status in terms of the approval of this, or where the industry is at in terms of agreeing to this, or from the NPCI's level, and say 2 years down the line or 3 years down the line, when we would have much larger consumers on our app, what might it mean? Because I understand even this MDR will be shared between the acquirer, the issuer, and a bank and the app. So any broad thoughts on where are we in terms of this getting implemented by NPCI of the government, and what it could mean for us in the next 2-3 years?
So, yeah. So MDR exists. I mean, it's not that it will be launched. It exists in minus UPI. Every product has MDR. Your CC, your PPI, your credit line, everywhere there is MDR. It is just that UPI being such a mass focus and solving such a big infrastructure problem across various parts of India. So that's a different pointer altogether. But PPI, when it comes to solving very specific use cases, when it comes to solving wallet-based transactions, so MDR exists around it. So that's not new thing. Our intention here is to see how we can be on the B2B side of the business with this particular product. In a sense, are we able to capture the wallet-based transaction in the corporates? Are we able to capture the wallet-based transactions in the ERP segment? And that is where we intend to introduce PPI, and that's how we want to explore the opportunity in TimePay, rather than simply distributing cards or simply, running behind cash burn on the user acquisition side. It's more about tying up with the potential uh, corporates, tying up with the large, entities where we can solve, quick payments with the wallet-based transaction, and that leading to the MDR revenue in the ecosystem. I would say that in next 2 to 3 years, this will be one of the key contributor in the PPaaS revenue source that we have. I mean, of course, I cannot give the number right now because it is just launched. So it's not good to start putting the numbers to it. We have already got the order from one of the ERP vendor. We are working with them. One stage, if we are done, we have got great success, then we'll start multiplying it with the other ERP vendors in the country.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your response.
Yeah.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, we have reached the end of the question answer session. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Harshil Ganshani for closing remarks.
Yes. Thank you everyone for joining the conference call of NPS Limited. If you have any queries, you can write us at research@careeradvisors.com. Once again, thank you everyone for joining the conference call.
Thanks, Arshil. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. On the behalf of Kirin Advisors Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.